Oh, yes. Yes.
Hey guys, welcome to Podcast vs. Play episode 55. I'm Cal, and as always, I'm joined by a man who was asked by an old man, "Why do youngsters have these iPhones? Having a phone for your eyes is pointless." To which he explained, an iPhone isn't for an eye, it's for a cunt. It's only Dan.
I think that's my favourite one yet. That's amazing.
How are you, Dan?
I'm fine. How you doing?
I'm not too bad.
Good.
Short episode this week, because not a lot has happened. But
Okay.
the news is rather interesting.
Lay it on me, big, tall,
Big.
and sweaty.
Mr. Long-Legged Mac Daddy. Batman Arkham Knight has been delayed again.
Boo!
Yeah. Arkham Knight has been delayed only by a few weeks, but it's now set for a release date worldwide on the 23rd of June of this year. It was originally due out on the 2nd of June, so it's not too bad.
It's within the same month, but I
Yeah.
guess it makes sense, I suppose. You know, there's a lot of stuff coming out in April. GTA, the GTA for the PC, Mortal Kombat 10. You know, you don't want to get washed with too many decent titles at the same time.
I don't think they've got that much to worry about sales-wise, though. It's still going to sell a shitload.
Absolutely. It's just that if you were, releasing your film that you knew was going to be of interest at the same time as the Avengers, you just think, no, it's not going to be worth it. You know, people aren't going to go and see one and then see the other one the day afterwards. Not many people have got the time or the money to do that.
This is Arkham Knight versus like GTA 5, which has been released twice.
Yeah.
And then a fighting game.
The fighting game, I think you'll find.
Well, no, because it's split, isn't it? You've got Mortal Kombat fans and Street Fighter fans.
Yeah, but Street Fighter fans are idiots.
Yeah, but
Mortal Kombat 10 is obviously the better one.
I'd still choose Arkham Knight.
Yeah, probably.
Hands
but
down.
That's beside the point, though. Like, if Mortal Kombat 10 and Arkham Knight came out within the same week, I would be sat there for a while thinking, well, if I get if I get Arkham Knight, I'm going to have to complete that before I even think about getting Mortal Kombat 10. Because, there's like 20, 25 hours or whatever it's going to be. Just of story, and then, 60 hours of pissing about getting Riddler trophies or whatever. And then, I'd think, let's, I'm getting a bit bored of this now. Let's bring on the Mortal Kombat. Although I'm actually going to a Mortal Kombat party on the day it comes out, which is going to be fucking banging.
Oh dear.
It's going to be great. Pizza and booze and whiskey and Mortal Kombat, and oh man, it's going to be the best.
Oh, I thought you meant like you. Like,
oh no, not dressing up, but like
fancy dress, and then having like just somebody sat there, it's like fight, and then have someone pop up from behind the sofa and just go toasty.
No fancy dressing or anything like that. I think he did suggest it though. He said he was going to go Zermac, and I was just like, no, I just want to play.
Just go raiding and put a fruit bowl on your head. Get like a wicker fruit bowl, put it on your head. Go in a dressing gown and just see you reading.
Yeah, just keep electrocuting myself. I could carry a taser. That would give me a reason to carry a taser.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fight! Psst, and they're on the floor. I win!
Bring on the punch. Rocksteady game director Sefton Hill apologised for the delay with, quote, "We are a developer that hates to make any compromises, so we're sorry to say this means it's going to be just a little bit longer until you can play the epic conclusion to the Arkham trilogy. As a reward for your patience and understanding, and to make the wait even more unbearable, we are pleased to whet your appetite with a new gameplay video of Batman Arkham Knight. Thanks so much from everyone at Rocksteady for your continued support. We are working as hard as we can to make you proud." So obviously, with that quote, there was a new gameplay video that went up the other day. It's about 7 minutes long.
Right, that's not a reward for delaying you. No, here's spoilers for when the game that is now delayed comes out. Saying, "Oh shit, we're sorry that maybe go down the Rockstar route and saying we're sorry we're delaying the game yet again. But if you buy it now, we'll give you such and such and such and such.
Well,
we'll just give you loads of stuff to say sorry for delaying it."
There is a rumoured remastered of Arkham Asylum and Arkham City for PS4 and Xbox One. So Maybe a free digital copy of that?
That would be a lot to give away, though. I'm talking like a skin or something.
Yeah, but this has been delayed like a year. It was meant to be out last year.
But, you remaster Arkham Asylum, it's only going to look a bit better than it did before. That's it.
Yeah, but I'd quite happily play Arkham Asylum all over again.
Yeah.
And as I have it on 360 and my 360's broke, I can't actually play it. So
yeah, I don't know. I just like the gliding about and having the city to explore.
Well, no, City was really fucking cool, but the story was much better on Asylum.
I don't know. I still prefer the Arkham City Joker death kind of thing. I still think as a story overall it was better in that one. It was just better presented as well.
More money.
Yeah.
Moving on, Legend of Zelda Wii U has been delayed until next year, and it will not be shown at this year's E3.
Oh dear.
See you later, everyone. The highly anticipated Wii U Zelda game won't be out until next year, series producer Eiji Aonuma revealed today in a development update video. So I'm already quite disappointed.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And they also went on to say on Twitter that the game won't be shown at this year's E3 in June. Disappointing again. So, two of the probably biggest games of the year, or at least most anticipated games of the year, were delayed on the same week.
Boo.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah. What's wrong with people? They just want to play them.
The thing is,
stop perfecting them. It's got to the point now where it's just like, look, if it's going to be shitty when it comes out, we don't care. Just give it to us and patch as you go. Just patch and go. That's all you need to do. We just want to play it, for God's sake.
The problem I've got is I can kind of see where Rocksteady are coming from with Arkham Knight. This is their last game. Their last Batman game. They want it to be perfect and shit. Fair enough, whatever. The Wii U's got fucking nothing. Just give us Zelda, for fuck's sake. They've been working on this since the announcement of the Wii U.
Yeah, and it's not going to be the only one they make for it as well.
Unlikely. And it's probably not going to be as good as it's been hyped. I mean, I dare say it's going to be fucking amazing. But it's Zelda. There's not a lot they can do different. They can add some more weapons, some new caves, or dungeons, maybe some new enemies. Epona can't run into trees. She'll automatically steer herself if you're going to run into a tree. Wow.
Right.
Awesome shit. Just let me fucking play it. Or at least let me see it.
Well, yeah, that's...
Not just me, the whole public. But mainly me. But, on a quote, these last 3 months, as the team has experienced firsthand the freedom of exploration that hasn't existed in any Zelda game to date, we've discovered several new possibilities for this game. So, I think they've got more ideas that they want to put in that they haven't already. That's the gist I can get from the first part of the quote. However, they went on to say, as the new ideas have continued to spring forth, it now feels like we have the potential to create something that exceeds even our own expectations. We are no longer making our 2015 release our number one priority. Instead, our priority is to make it the most complete and ultimate Zelda game. I hope you all understand, and we shall reward you with your patience.
Boom. Is that going to be another video, or?
Yeah, here's a video that you can't watch until the week it's released. It's got a time lock on.
What about if they say, look, we're going to push it back, we've got a good reason for doing it, just bear with us. And then they come out next year and say, well, the reason we wanted to keep it back a bit is because now we've got Zelda Online.
Unlikely.
That I think that would be a pretty good excuse, though.
Unlikely.
Of course it is. It's Wii U, no one plays it online. Come on. But if that's what they said, and said, look, we've actually got like a proper, co-op mode, and you can, one of you can be Zelda, the other can be Link, and you can just go on some, other story missions.
That's updated, maybe every couple of months for some new missions.
Yeah,
I'd love
episodal content.
But it's not going to happen.
Well, no, of course not.
As we covered in last week's podcast, they're already planning the new fucking console, so this is probably the last Wii U Zelda game.
Oh, well, it's the only.
You got Hyrule Warriors.
I don't really care.
Oh, it does. It's got Zelda characters in it.
Yeah, but just because it has characters, you can't say that Super Smash Bros. Brawl is another Metal Gear game just because it's got Solid Snake in it.
No, but it's Dynasty Warriors, but it's all Zelda characters. There's no Dynasty Warriors, it's just Zelda characters.
Right.
So it's technically a Zelda game. It's just got no story.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, it's still news, but this week's main story is the Deadpool movie costume has been revealed.
Yay, by Ryan Reynolds himself.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, it's really good.
After teasing Deadpool's mask earlier this year, Deadpool star Ryan Reynolds has now revealed the full costume for the 2016 film, and he did it in Deadpool style. In a tweet, Reynolds posted, quote, "With great power comes great irresponsibility. Hashtag Deadpool, hashtag official suit, at Deadpool movie." Along with a photo of himself in the Deadpool suit, casually lay in front of a fireplace. And it looked pretty good. Actually, I'll tell you one thing. Did you notice that the right eye was like kind of squinted? Almost as if he was winking.
No, I didn't, no.
Yeah, well, it is.
Well, it's fine.
Take my word on it, young man.
I will do. Well, that hopefully then leads the question open that, you know, for probably the first time, that the face will be CGI'd under the mask.
Possibly.
Because that's never really been done on a superhero film before.
Well, no.
It's either a static mask or it's just like Lycra, you can sort of see their jaw move and something. But you never see, like, emotions expressed.
Like you do in, say, Spider-Man cartoons.
Exactly, yeah. You can always, like...
I've never understood it, because it's a fucking mask.
Well, you know, it's still the weird future, I suppose. It's like the future, but today.
I think it's more expression-wise. Just so you can get a kind of feel how the character's actually feeling at the time. Rather than... I don't think the mask actually does it. I think it's just an artistic, creation tool to say, Spider-Man's shocked.
But like Rorschach's mask, that does that.
Yeah,
you know,
but
that changes to emotion.
But that's what the mask does. Peter Parker's mask is just a mask. That's like when it gets ripped and shit, it actually gets ripped because it's just fabric.
Yeah, but that's all that Deadpool's is at the end of the day. It is just still.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
But it's like the one that you need to see stretching and his eyebrows moving up and down and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You need to see that because that's what will make it funny.
But at the same time, I imagine it could be hell of a hard to fucking animate that.
Yes, it would be a hell of a hard.
Hell of a hard. I'm bringing in the hipster language into the world of PvP.
Incorrect English then.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
I'm Taylor Swift in this shit up.
Oh my god, don't ever say that again.
Anyway, it looks awesome.
It does, I'm super hyped for it. Can't wait.
With the exception of Spider-Man, would this be safe to say this is the closest comic book superhero suit we've seen in a film? Because obviously Batman and them, they were actually like, if you see like a figure or anything of like the Arkham Knight suit, it's called like the Arkham Knight suit.
Yep.
Whereas this looks like it's been pulled straight out of the comic.
I don't know. I mean, like Superman, Hulk, they're all still wearing the same
Well,
stuff.
Hulk, you can't really change the Hulks.
No, but that's what he wears in the comics.
It's like
I mean, things have been
costume.
updated and adapted. Like, obviously,
It's an
Captain
outfit.
America's outfit is like an actual uniform now.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it is like something that if you gave it to the military and said, we need to make this, make it useful and practical, and then slap it on this guy, that's the sort of thing they'd come up with. But, you know, Thor's outfit's still pretty close. So are the Iron Man suits.
Well, no, because like the comics actually adapted like the armour from the films.
True, but you can't have him running around with that fucking bucket on his head like he did before.
No, that's like well old, but like obviously it took inspiration from like the Mark series of armour from the comics, but then it gave its own kind of flair to it to make it more realistic.
Yeah.
And that's what they've adapted into the comics now.
Yeah. But as for, straight pulling from... I don't know, I mean, I'd say probably the closest, other than this, would probably be the Fantastic Four outfits. Because, I mean, you can't really get more simple.
I'm not aware there was a Fantastic Four movie.
There was two.
No, there wasn't.
Believe it or not.
Why must you lie, Dan?
And the Silver Surfer looked pretty much perfect.
That's not a suit, though, is it? That's his body.
That was from the comics. That was his outfit.
No, I mean his suit, like an actual suit. Like this looks like it could have been like a 3D animate, like 3D art comic.
Yeah, it looks. I'd say
that's what I was getting at. It literally doesn't look like they've changed it at all.
No, there's no adaptation for sort of modern cinema or anything like that. There's no little S's on it or anything like that.
That was like, just fucking shit.
I know, right? It does just look like they've taken it shot for shot and they just scanned it in and just printed it off on a 3D printer with Ryan Reynolds in the middle of it.
He was in the print. It's like Ryan Reynolds. They 3D printed Ryan Reynolds.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
So they don't have to pay him.
That's commitment.
Yeah. He's just voicing it now. Because actually the model can't talk. But now I'm like getting really excited again for it.
Yeah.
All my doubts seem to keep getting pushed aside every time Ryan fucking Reynolds does something.
Well, I think he's taking more of a sort of an active advertising role in this. Because you never saw him do anything like this with fucking Green Lantern, did you?
I'm pretty sure he tried to get his name taken off.
It's like, if you could just pixelate my face in the entire film, I'd appreciate it.
Such a bad film. Such a bad film. Anyway, Dan, what the shitting is coming up on the channel?
Is that it?
That's it, that's all we got.
Bloody hell,
I told you it was a short one this week. Nothing's happened, mate.
My word.
I didn't get Bloodborne yet, so I can't comment on that.
I'm actually
good.
Really liking the look of that.
James is playing at the minute and he loves it. I'm actually tempted to get him to share play. So A, I can test out share play, and B, I can play Bloodborne.
Well, see if you can borrow it off him for when I come down in like a couple of weeks' time, and we'll be doing some stuff. We'll try and do it like a bunch of stuff while I'm down. I want you to test out the whole PS4 recording thing so we can get that working.
Easy peasy.
So come down there and we can just fucking blitz it. It'll be great.
That's actually not coming up on the channel because you don't want to watch that.
I do, kind of.
Behind the scenes.
No, oh god, no, not that.
That's what I meant.
Oh right, yeah, don't forget that.
We shall have some Wolf Among Us. We've got a new animation show that we're starting this week.
Yeah.
What else have we got? Some more James Bond. Can you believe it? And maybe, just maybe, another James Bond game.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. That's all you're getting told, though.
I see you've got an eye for this kind of thing, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a golden one.
Oh.
Unless you happen to, follow us on Twitter. In which case you already know what the fuck we're going on about.
Maybe.
It's a possibility, I don't know. But either way, eyes peeled.
It's coming up.
Fucking good.
And even if the video's shit, the actual game itself's amazing. So
yeah, definitely.
It's awesome. On that note though, Dan, I have no last three things for you. I have no what is your favourite. So instead,
I got the feeling that you're not putting your heart and soul into this podcast anymore.
This week has been slightly less planned.
Wow.
That's all I'm
Well,
going to say.
I'll tell you what then. Why don't you give everyone your excuse as to why this podcast is so poorly planned?
It's not really an excuse, Dan. I was drawing.
What were you drawing?
I was drawing a comic book character because I have gotten a contract with WP Comics and I shall have a comic book out.
Yeah, you will!
So I didn't have as much time as I thought I had to get the podcast sorted. So that's why it's a short one. But that's not going to affect nothing. I'm just going to get super famous, and next year there will be a film.
Have they already cast Ryan Reynolds in it?
No, it's not even based on the comic. It's just based on me.
Really?
Yeah, leading up to the events of this podcast.
Wow.
It's just up to this podcast.
They are really scraping the barrel for ideas now, aren't they?
Wouldn't be so bad, but Whoopi Goldberg's playing me. It's the only person we could afford.
Oh, God.
She just did it for some jelly in a Pringles tube. An empty Pringles tube.
That's litigious now.
I didn't even ask why. But yeah, so I've been illustrating and writing. That's my excuse. It's not an excuse.
Yes.
It happened.
A published comic book. That's what you've been doing.
Yes. So on that note, though, on that rather good news note, I wish I'd have opened with that. That should have been in the news.
Well, I can't believe it took me to fucking bring it up, to be honest.
Well, I didn't want to blow my own penis.
Oh, right, okay. Well, you've got no trouble with doing that about Disney Infinity, but, you know, when you've actually done something productive.
Iron Man's level 19.
Oh, well, look forward to
he's
more
not.
updates.
17. I'm a liar, Dan.
A liar and a scoundrel. And everyone hates you.
It's not the first time everyone's hated me.
No, probably not.
Anyway, say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, yes.